the law don't belong to everybody on the planet. That's why I'm talking to you the way I'm talking to you, because to say you're a man of color means you're distancing yourself from your God. You're distancing your sons from their God. And for that, they're going to get cursed. These curses that happen to us, the oppression we face is because we don't follow what God told us to follow. Not keeping this? That's my question to you. I'm asking you the question, my brother. Why are we not keeping this? Is my platform, so I'm asking you the question. Why are we not keeping this?
So my first retort to you was, what about social development? What about, so you believe in marriage, right?
Yes, sir.
So what about in Boca Raton when they're being married at 12, 13, 14 years old?
We don't agree with that. The Bible says the marital age.
Oh, it does?
It does. It says that. Okay, let's read it. Deuteronomy. We're going to show you. I'm going to show you. I'm going to show you. Anything I say, we're going to prove it out the Bible. The Bible says that you should be married at a certain age. It doesn't tell you to be married at 12 or 13. We're going to read it out the Bible. You got it? Deuteronomy 24? We can start at Numbers chapter 1 and verse 18. Start there. Then we're going to Deuteronomy 24. Now, the problem is the church ain't taught the Israelite man what they're supposed to be doing. That's the issue you got. Numbers 1 and 18. Watch.
This is the book of Numbers, chapter 1 and verse 18. And they assembled themselves, all the congregation together, on the first day of the second month. And they declared their pedigrees after their families, by the house of their fathers, according to the number of the names, from 20 years old and upward by their polls.
So when they declared the men by 20 years old and upward, right? That's how they dictated who should go out to war. Read verse 3 in that same chapter. This is how they dictated who should go to war. They had to be 20 years old and upward. Hold on. I'm going to let you respond. They had to be 20 years old and upward. Watch.
Numbers chapter 1, verse 3. From 20 years old and upward, all that are able to go forth to war in Israel, our errant shall number them by their armies.
Okay, so when they were 20 years old, they were able to go to war. Now we're going to read Deuteronomy, right? We're going to look at Deuteronomy. There was a rule also with going to war that if you had just gotten a wife, that you could not go to war. You understand? So there was a meritable age. No one in the Bible was married before the age of 20. We're going to prove it. Watch.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 24 and verse 5. When a man have taken a new wife, he shall not go...
When he has taken a new wife, go ahead.
He shall not go out to war, neither shall he be charged with any business.
So what age were they when they could go to war?
Two different things, my friend.
No, what age were they when they could go to war? That's the question.
I heard what you said.
Listen to what I'm saying. What age were they when they could go to war?
You are confusing.
No, I'm showing you that a law applies to those that could go to war. So what age did they have to be before they went to war?
Young man, that was during the theme.
What age did they have to be to go to war?
It reads 20.
Okay, so when they went to war, what was the rule? We're going to finish it. Watch.
But he shall be free at home 1 year, and shall cheer up his wife which he had taken.
So he took a wife when he was capable of going to war. Not before that point. They weren't allowed, because with marriage came what in the Israelite community? Do you know? There was paperwork required. They had to fill out paperwork. They weren't just getting married. They weren't just sleeping with everybody. So children were not laying down with each other. They were 20 years old, and then they took a wife. And then they had to stay home for a year before they could go out. Those were the rules in the Bible. These were men that could take care of themselves, right? Because give me Sirach chapter 29. In order to have a wife, you had to be able to take care of certain things. What things you think a man should be able to take care of before he gets a wife?
No more responsibility.
Like what? I need specifics. I'm trying to learn from you.
But
I'm asking specifics.
You're pigeonholing.
No, I'm not. I'm asking specifics. You might say the same thing the Bible says. I just want to know what you got in your brain. That's all.
Oh, all I can answer for is what I do in my household.
Okay, tell me that. That'll work.
Take care of the bills.
Okay.
Food.
Okay, there we go.
All the basic necessities.
I'm not fighting you, my brother. That's the same thing the Bible says. Okay.
I'll put y'all in the mud.
Don't feel like I'm pigeonholing you. I'm not doing that. I'm trying to talk to you. You my brother. What's your name?
Archer.
Archer, you my brother. Okay, you're my brother. What I'm trying to show you is what the Bible says, because we don't know what the Bible says. Sirach 29:21. Watch.
This is the book of Sirach, chapter 29 and verse 21. The chief thing for life is water and bread and clothing and a house to cover shame.
We're on the same page. The Bible said the same thing. So in order to be responsible to have those chief things of life, you would have to be a 20-year-old man with a job, right? Taking care of yourself, okay? So to get married, you had to be what age according to the Bible?
Before I leave, I have a question.
You don't, okay, you had to be 20. I'm going to answer your question, right? So you understand. So those young men should not be married until they're 20. So we don't believe in 12-year-old marriages. That's not in the Bible. You understand? So when we bring out Boca Raton, we ain't talking about Boca Raton. We're talking about the 12 tribes of Israel.
Well, it's not just them. It's all over the world.
We don't care about the rest of the world. We care about the 12 tribes of Israel. The Bible's not for the entire world. The Bible's not for the entire world. You ever heard that before?
Oh, I know it for a fact.
Okay, how you know for a fact? Joel 2:27. I'm going to show you something. Then I'm going to listen to your question.
Thank you.
Joel 2:27. The Bible is for these 12 tribes. Men of color, but they're known as the Israelites. We would never call men of color. That's something we were calling slavery. That's when we got called men of color. When we had abstract names like that. That was a fact of slavery. You're from the tribes of Israel. That's where you're from. We got to come back to our nationality. Watch.
This is the book of Joel, chapter 2 and verse 27. And ye shall know that I am in the midst of Israel, and that I am the Lord your God, and none else.
You see what he said? He said, I'm the Lord your God and none else. So the Lord don't belong to everybody on the planet. That's why I'm talking to you the way I'm talking to you, because to say you're a man of color means you're distancing yourself from your God. You're distancing your sons from their God. And for that, they're going to get cursed. These curses that happen to us, the oppression we face is because we don't follow what God told us to follow. But I'll listen to your question. What's your question?
So, you don't believe that training is important with a child?
The right training is important with the child.
I agree.
The right training.
So, socialization
Yep.
with my young warriors,
Yep.
learning how to properly court a female.
When should they learn that, though?
Hold what you got, Ranger. So
When should they, no, I'm asking, when should they learn that? What age?
Shit. Excuse my language. Since birth, how to court a female properly, how to open doors, be courteous. So you disagree?
So they should be focused on having a wife as a young man, or should they be focused on getting wisdom as a young man?
You know what? In this day and age, no, that's not feasible.
They should never be focused on that because they men, they don't need women. They the prize. That's what you should be teaching these young warriors.
Stay focused with me.
I'm with you. I'm listening.
Stay focused with me. So if I teach my young man to be protective and chivalrous,
Yep.
is that wrong?
I never, look, listen.
Should I wait until the last minute?
No.
They're ready and they're 20 years
Look.
old, and this, that,
Listen. What I told you is they shouldn't be dealing with women.
Right.
They should. I never said you can't train them up in the right way because your example, I can tell you a put together man. So your example speaks volumes. You understand what I'm saying to you? Give me Proverbs 22 and verse 6. The Bible agrees with you. The problem is, are you teaching your children the right thing? Teaching them they're a man of color is not helping them. Teaching them, listen, you did say they were men of color. Hold on, I'll let you speak. Just wait, hold on, I'll let you speak. You taught them that they were men of color. You said that up here, it's on camera. You also said that you would tell them to tell other men that they are men of color. You're teaching them the wrong things because they need nationality. They need to know their connection to God. That's the only way they're going to be able to do the right thing in the long term. Proverbs 22 and 6. Watch.
This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 22 and verse 6. Train up a child in the way he should go.
The Bible says you train a child in the way he should go. So the way that's going to keep them from damnation is to know that they're from the 12 tribes of Israel, to know who they are in the last days. Because the Lord is going to judge this place. He's not going to save the people that call themselves men of color, that's talk about their third eye, right? That prove women or deal with women when they're young. All of them are going to get put to death. So if you want your children to live long after you should be training up the right way. Read it one more time for me.
Train up a child in the way he should go. And when he is old, he will not depart from it.
If you teach them the right things, they will not depart from it. But if you teach them the wrong things, they're going to grow into grown men be doing the wrong thing with God. So what you're teaching them, if they start dealing with women too young, is death. That's what you're teaching them. You're teaching them deal with the women. Remember what I said, a whoremonger will be judged. So if they're dealing with multiple women and they don't know I should only be dealing with a woman till after 20, you're teaching your sons to become baby daddies. Regardless of how much you think you're showing them the good example. So our nationality and shared identity is important because you said it. You agree with me. You said we can't move forward unless we're on the same page. So that's the message to you. We're not on the same page. As a people, some of us saying we men of color. As a people, some of us saying we black. We the 12 tribes of Israel. And the way you know that, give me Deuteronomy 28. Watch this. Verse. Correct. Egyptology. All of that is garbage.
Yes, I agree.
Okay, so my brother, what I'm saying to you is you got to look this up. You're a smart man.
What's the most important thing?
Okay.
Getting caught up in the asinine issues or the big target? The big target is take care of our household and making sure that these young men go to society and do the right thing.
Archer,
Appreciate your time.
Archer, real quick, before you go, I just want to show you 2 points and you can go. I completely agree that taking care of them is right. But remember what I said. The right things is important. So I'm going to show you something in the Bible that you can take with you that you may not know about history, right? Slavery. Somebody come get this sign. Slavery happened to us as a people, right? It impacts our daily life, correct? It's a big part of it. Our last names. The reason that it happened, we don't understand. You understand what I'm saying to you, Archer? We don't know why this happened to us. I'm going to show you what the Bible says about who we are and why slavery took place. Watch, Deuteronomy 28, verse 15.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, and verse 15. But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God.
So, Archer, we agree. Our people, we're lawless, right? That's why you're teaching discipline in your household. Because as a people, we don't have shared discipline. So what we've been relegated to is dealing with our own household versus the entire nation. What I gotta tell you is we gotta think bigger. We must, hold on, wait. Just let me finish my point. You're a man with many points. What I'm saying is if we don't keep the laws of God, God said we would be an issue. We would have issues. He's gonna explain. Watch.
To observe, to do all his commandments.
So to get married, we're not getting married, right? We eating shrimp, crab, pork, lobster. We're violating the laws of God. Go ahead.
And his statutes, which I command thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee. Curse shall thou...
Now give me verse 68. He said, if you didn't follow me, you would be cursed as a people. One of the curses, right, is this specifically. The slavery that we went into. God said this would happen as a result of us being disobedient to him. I'm going to prove it to you out the Bible. Watch.
Verse 68. And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again.
So Archie, you seem like a wise man. When Moses walked the children of Egypt out of Egypt, right? Children of Israel out of Egypt, how did they go back? Did they ever go back on ships? Did they ever go back on airplanes? Did they ever go back in mass in the Bible? Okay, read.
And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships.
Egypt for us was a place of our bondage. The 12 tribes of Israel, when we were in Egypt, we were enslaved there. So he said, I'm going to send you back into Egypt on slave ships. Egypt for us today is America. We're in America in slavery and bondage. That's why you're teaching your kids the right way so that they don't get caught up in the traps. But the question is, why does the trap exist in the first place? God said we were going to slavery on ships. So those slave ships, they stunk. We peed on ourselves, right? People were pooping. Babies were being born. Umbilical cords not getting cut. People dying next to you. It stunk on those slave ships. The reason it was like that, because God said, you refuse to do anything I tell you to do. I tell you to be an Israelite, and you refuse to keep the commandments of God. So as a result of that, I'm going to send you back into slavery. Go ahead.
By the way whereof I spake unto thee, thou shalt see it no more again. And there ye shall be sold unto your enemies.
So when we got off of slave ships, what happened to us? We got sold. We walked up, like you see on the bottom of the sign, and we walked on the auction blocks. Hold on, I'm gonna let you rebuttal. Go ahead.
For bondmen and bondwomen.
He said when we got sold, we would be sold together. Slave men and slave women. That's why the men and women, they were sold together and they were also separated. Families were broken up behind us. And God said it would happen because we don't follow his laws, because we think we're smarter than God. So everything we read and happened to us as a result of us thinking we smart, like we got a way out. Go ahead.
And no man shall buy you.
What he said there was no man shall buy you. No man shall redeem you from the position you in. So when we sit here and we talk about this, the reason we can relate to this is because regardless of where the slave ships dropped us off, we have a long history of staying in that same place. Whether that be in Black, Puerto Rico, Jamaica, right? We were sent to these places and we've been stuck there forever. And there's never been a way out. We had different leaders. Marcus Garvey rose up. We had Malcolm X rise up, the Panthers, but we still here. So God is telling you no man's going to free you. So saying you're a man of color will not get you out of the situation. Your sons are going to face the same oppression if we don't get our minds right. You understand?
It starts at the house. Thank you very much.
It starts with knowing your nationality at the house. Know your nationality, Archer. Archer, you're a smart man, right? But don't be so smart that God can't deal with you. Right? Look at the flyer and look and do some research. Your nationality is on that flyer. You're not a man of color, all right? You're an Israelite. Huh? Hotep, damn, see, here we go. You caught up in Egyptology nonsense.
What is a nation? Nation is men leading by example. Nation is family.